In the world of comics, Batman and Joker, yeah, they're two of the most popular people ever to exist. Batman being one of the most popular heroes, one of the most feared heroes ever, and the Joker, one of the most popular and most feared villains of all time. And they literally are two same sides of a coin. But the thing is, exactly why is the Joker still alive? Now, you have to keep in mind that the Joker has done some of the most heinous acts ever. He has a body count literally totaling into thousands. He's killed so many people, ruined so many lives, and literally is one of the most scariest things that anybody's ever seen in a DC universe. Yet, he's still walking around and he's still able to commit all these acts time and time again. So, here's the question. Should Batman finally kill the Joker? Now, we all know that all superheroes, they have a code of ethics that they do not ever kill, and they will never ever stoop to the same level that, the villains do, because that's why they're there, to stop them from doing those things. And Batman, definitely one of those people, he doesn't ever want to stoop to that level. Granted, he'll get his hands dirty, but he'll never take somebody's life. That's something that he promised himself, and he promised his family whenever they passed away. So, why not just this one time? Just this one person? Think of everything that he's done terribly. For instance, he literally crippled and put Barbara Gordon in a wheelchair. She used to be Batgirl. Now she took up the name of Oracle, and she's pretty much like the information network for all DC heroes, including the Justice League. But the thing is, if it wasn't for the Joker, yep, she'd still be beside Batman, just jumping off rooftop to rooftop and fighting crime with him by his side. But now, no, not so much. Then there's Jim Gordon. Jim Gordon had a wife, and then Joker came along and decided that he didn't like that idea very much, and he went and he killed her too. Why? Because not only was it going to affect one of the most powerful people in Gotham City, being Commissioner Gordon, but it was going to directly affect Batman, and he knew that. Now, the GCPD, they don't go after Batman all the time. They used to a long time ago, but with Jim Gordon around, they don't. I mean, he's the commissioner. But the thing is, if he knows that Batman took a life, is he going to really want to take him to court and try him? Granted, he'll have to look at it on one hand. Well, the Joker has killed thousands of people here. He's ruined my life on more than one occasion, considering he went after my daughter, and he's kidnapped me and went after me, tried to kill me. Oh, and then he took my wife. Am I going to be okay that Batman took him out, despite that he's this horrible monster? It's a really good question. Is how's Jim Gordon going to act? Is he going to decide, well, you know what? It's going to be an all-out pursuit. Everybody's going to go after Batman. You see him, take him out immediately, or bring him in. Either way, something would have to be done. And then there's the icing on the cake. The second Robin got his face smashed in with a crowbar, and then a building brought down right on top of him, all to the Joker's delight. Why? Because he's a monster. That's what he does. He knows that he can't directly take Batman out. He's tried time and time again. Most of the villains have tried time and time again. Granted, they failed. So what do? You pick off everybody around him. Anybody that Batman lets close to him is a rare occasion, but when he does, it leaves him vulnerable. That's his one vulnerability, and he knows that. It's one of the reasons why he's never been married. It's because everybody would go directly after his wife, then all of a sudden Batman becomes a raging lunatic, and he literally does go out on a killing spree. Yet the Joker is still wandering the streets, killing more people, coming up with more crazy-ass funny, or at least funny to him, things that will amuse him and terrify the living shit out of most people, traumatize them, and they're going to need tons of counseling and medication to be able to get through the day afterwards. Now, let's look at everybody else around Batman that it would directly affect if he decided that he was actually going to take the Joker and end him once and for all. There's the Outsiders. The Outsiders happens to be his little rogue group that he's led on more than one occasion, and all of them literally look at him like a god. Now, if Batman, who is really their ideal, and he decides that he is going to go and take somebody's life, whether it was going to serve a better good or not, is the fact that he did the one thing that he considers immoral, but he stepped over that line. And it was basically to save everybody else's life. Won't anybody in the Outsiders decide, well, I mean, our leader did it, the one guy that we look to admirably all the time, he did it, so maybe we can do it too. Then you have the Justice League. The Justice League is one of the most powerful forces in the entire world, one of the most powerful forces in all of comics, and one of their leaders just so happens to be one of the founding members, Batman. So if Batman goes and he takes a life, is anybody in Justice League going to say that's okay to do? It may be the Joker, but aren't they going to have, like, raise an eyebrow or anything? Decide, well, you can't do that. Are they going to go directly after Batman? Are they going to try to turn him into the cops? Are they going to take him out in general? Or are they going to go and applaud his work that he stopped a monster who constantly resurfaces and wreaks havoc every single time that he's released? Then you have the Bat family, all the people who serve under Batman directly, and then you got all the people that are being introduced in Batman Incorporated as the new Batman all across the entire globe. So think about it. You have Huntress, and you've got the Outsiders. You've got Damian, who's the current Robin right now. Then you've got Red Robin. You have Oracle. There's an entire network of people that serve under Batman all the time and see him all the time. But if Batman decided that he was going to go and take a life, and he trained a lot of those people, what message is that going to send to them? And especially his son Damien, who used to be a homicidal maniac. He literally took plenty of lives. Why? Because he was trained by the League of Assassins, so it makes sense. But the thing is, if he takes a life, won't that pretty much just push him in that direction that he used to be in? Because, I mean, his father, one of the people that he will respect the living hell out of to his grave, what's that going to make Damien think? And the message that it sends to everybody else, it's going to be a lot of mixed feelings, and a lot of them might actually turn on him for doing that because they'll think that he pretty much abandoned all the things that he set out to pretty much save. Then you have all the Gothamites, all the people that actually live in Gotham City, many of which are terrified of the Joker in general because he's made headline news, he's made worldwide news. But the thing is, people in Gotham, yeah, they know him all too well. Many of those people, they had loved ones that died because of the Joker. Many of them have endured some kind of wrath at the hand of him. But the thing is, how are they going to react to their knight in shining dark armor? The Dark Knight himself, Batman, he actually took a life. He's supposed to be, the one symbol of hope that the city had. Well, if the Joker is now dead, that means Batman took him out of this plane of existence and killed him. Well, what's everybody going to think? Are they going to side with Batman and say that he did do the right thing? Vigilante justice finally came through. He did the right thing despite it not being okay to take a life. But this one life was definitely worth taking. Or are they going to go against him? Are they going to try to hunt him down anytime they see it, like rally groups together and anti-Batman groups? I mean, there's already people that don't like superheroes as it is. They think that they shouldn't be allowed to have that much power. They shouldn't be allowed to act as like their own task force. And the Justice League is nothing more than a weapon that's going to be used against them eventually if they all go nuts. But how are they going to feel about Batman? That's also another really good question, because once everybody catches wind of it, everybody's going to pick their sides. Now, me personally, I don't think that Batman should kill him, because it's not his responsibility to. It actually falls in the hands of one group, the judicial system of Gotham. See, they always put Joker into Arkham Asylum. They don't ever throw him into Blackgate Prison. They don't ever decide, well, you know what, he's killed too many people and he's not getting any better. So obviously Arkham isn't the answer in prison he'll escape from. So we should just gas him, give him an electric chair, lethal injection, whatever. Give him a public hanging, the old-fashioned way. That's who it actually falls into the hands of. It's their responsibilities, not Batman. Now think about it. Batman does all the dirty work. He gets his hands dirty, puts his life on the line, and he turns them in. He does the right thing. It's actually up to them to do something about it, but they don't. It's a revolving door at Arkham for the Joker. He basically goes there because it's like his clubhouse. He goes there, he hangs out, and he's like, woohoo, this is fun, but now I'm bored because I'm the Joker. I have ADD. I'm going to go out and, I don't know, I'm going to get a bunch of exploding whoopee cushions, and I'm going to have people sit in them, and then I'm going to blow to pieces. I'm going to do it on live TV and make everybody watch, and then I'm going to give Batman some fucked up clues, so he'll come after me, and it'll be a great game. Because to the Joker, it all is a game. See, people... they're one of two types. They're either victims or they're the audience. That's all there is to it. But the thing is, no matter what, there's going to be tons of people dying. Batman does put a stop to it, but he shouldn't have to actually pull the trigger. Now, the big question is, what do all of you think? Do you think the Batman should finally just say to hell with it? Go back on his word that he was never going to take somebody's life whenever he was standing in front of his parents' grave? That he was going to avenge their deaths, and he was going to pretty much take out all the trash in Gotham? Or Do you think that he should actually let the Joker live and leave it up to the people that should be doing something about it? The people that are actually in charge of that, the court systems, and the people at Arkham, and the people that run the prisons? Do you think that it's up to them and that they should do it? What do you think? Comment down below, make a video response of what you guys think should happen. What do you think really would happen if Batman did or didn't kill him? Whatever you think, we want to hear.